We're checking in.
Oh my god! Oh! No!
Here to talk about Alabama's permanent opponents.
Yeah, I love you guys. Let's keep growing. Let's keep going. Here at Ballard Sports Media. I can't wait.
What's up, everybody? Hope everyone's doing great. Happy Monday. I guess it's Monday. God, it already feels like it should be like Wednesday or whatever. It's not quite Wednesday. I am excited for Wednesday, though. Stuff coming out later on here. But anyway, hope everyone's doing great. Hit that thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button. It'll be off camera tonight, just kind of relaxing here. But I'm up. I'm talking. I want to look at, and if you guys want to call in, that'd be great. If not, if we don't get any callers, I mean, we only got one or two watching right now, which is fine. I get it. I kind of threw it together last minute. So, but if you do want to be part of the show, the StreamYard link is in the comments section of the video in the live chat. Just click that link. You could either be on camera or off camera like me. We just need your audio just to hear what you have to say. We'll talk college football. But the main topic of the show tonight is 2027 SEC teams' current recruiting classes as of right now, March 2026. And there's a couple different things I want to say before we actually dive into this. I don't want to look at like every class first off. I'll say that. Also, at the same time, it's still pretty early, but we are a month and a half removed from National Signing Day for 2026. So, and there has been some moves lately. This has been an interesting class for a couple different teams for 2027 as of a few years back, even. Alabama had gotten a commit from Trent Seaborn, who they still have committed. He's from Thompson High School in Alabaster, Alabama, pretty much the big premier school in the state of Alabama. Four-star recruit, quarterback. But he's been committed since, well, October of last year, but they had offered him in like 2024. It's incredible. Like, as soon as he was a freshman, I mean, they wanted to offer and get him in. Nick Saban offered him. He finally committed to Kalen DeBoer back in October, so that's pretty cool there. So to sit here and say that we can't really talk much about 2027, I mean, there's not a whole lot to discuss, but it is interesting. I kind of want to surprise myself with the rankings and some of the commitments currently in the SEC. Um, so we will talk about that tonight. So let's go ahead and throw this up. I did screen share. I had to go to the list of rankings, but I don't have it like memorized. I only took a quick peek. I haven't really looked at it completely as to who's in the lead in the SEC right now. Obviously, it's not Alabama. They're currently 11th, but it looks like it is Oklahoma with 19 commitments overall, 11-4 and 8-3, 4 stars, 3 stars. So, and we can look at each of these teams tonight if we want to look at all 16. Not that that's really worth much. I mean, Auburn's only got 2 guys. Vandy's got 2. Bama, not even so much looking at right now. I mean, we might even I might tell you what, let's go through the top 5 tonight because it is pretty cool that they have Missouri in the top 5. I am curious about them. And then obviously you get it with teams like Texas, Georgia, A&M. But I'm also kind of curious about Oklahoma. How do they have 19 commitments to Brent Venables? And what are these 11 4-star athletes that they have currently committed for 2027. So let's dive into that. So we'll take a look at Oklahoma first tonight as we go through some of these SEC teams. Caden Penny is one of their 19 commitments. He is from Bixby, Oklahoma, offensive tackle, 4-star, committed back in in September. And so he's been committed for a while. On that same day, Cooper Hackett committed to Oklahoma, is another offensive tackle, different school, different town from Fort Gibson. So I could get if like teammates commit to the same school, but they're not even teammates. They're not even at the same school. I don't know how far these two cities are from each other, but it is uh it is pretty interesting that those two prospects committed at the same time for Oklahoma. Um At least on the same day. And I think what makes it more interesting is they're both offensive tackles, so that's pretty cool. Shout out to the chat. Eddie Blackburn, what's up, buddy? Be back at halftime, just a few minutes till half. Traveling Fools, what's up? Yo, 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 yo. Good seeing you in Nashville last weekend, brother. Love you, man. Um, Cooper Witten is a linebacker. Seneca Driver, interesting name there, is a tight end. Taven Epps is an athlete, more so on the defensive side of things here. Jalen Scott, a safety from Mobile, Alabama. In fact, if you look at their class breakdown over here, they got 3 guys from the state of Alabama. I want to see who else is from there and where. Um, Jalen Scott, I mentioned. Crew Jones from somewhere Orem, Utah. I guess that's Utah. 4-star athlete, edge defender, committed since November. Let's see. What other Alabama player? Jamison Roberts from Saraland. Same high school, by the way, as Ryan Williams. So that's pretty cool there. He is a quarterback commit, recently committed not even a month ago for the Oklahoma Sooners. So looking forward to seeing what he brings to the table. I would say overall, looking at this class for Oklahoma, they are in a good position in terms of building depth, building pieces for the future. This is a team that made the playoff last year, got bounced in the first round to Alabama, but this is a team that brings back a lot of good experience and talent on both sides of the ball. Um, and it's clear that Brent Venables is making his presence felt in Norman, but also I think Oklahoma is making their presence felt in the SEC. Been in the league for 2 years, but obviously beating Alabama in both of those years and having a season where they went to the playoffs, a season where they hit 6 or 7 wins the year before to make a bowl game. I feel like Oklahoma clearly in a good position to continue success in the SEC going forward. And part of success in college football in your conference all over the place. I say this is the pipeline, the bloodline, and the life of college football is the players. You got to be able to recruit. You also got to use the portal. We're not really looking into the portal tonight. Um, but right now, Oklahoma overall number 1 in the class for 2027. Venables doing great. 19 commitments. And again, four guys are from California. Forget it whether it's a 5-star or not, right? Some of these guys could end up being 5 stars later on. Who knows? But 4 out of the state of Texas, 4 out of California, 3 from Alabama. Quit with these damn videos here. A guy from Arizona, 3 from Oklahoma, Kansas, Kentucky, Mississippi, and Utah. As far as where they've been on the map. So, but yeah, man, Oklahoma's looking great. I think they're in good shape, and I think the future is bright for Brent Venables. So, there's Oklahoma. Again, we're probably not going to look at every team tonight, But as far as the SEC goes, we'll break it down. I know we briefly looked at some of what Alabama had. What's another one I could do here? I'll clip some of these for videos. But sticking to the SEC and looking at a couple different recruiting classes tonight, and maybe you're watching this live, maybe you're watching it back. Let me know what your thoughts are so far on your team in the SEC. Maybe you're not an SEC fan. Maybe you're a Big Ten guy. Whatever. Who's your team? How are they doing in recruiting? Let me know in the comments. I'm curious next about Missouri. Missouri has been on the brink of trying to compete and push their way into the SEC title for a little bit now. And I'm not saying that they should have been in over Georgia or Texas or Bama or anything like that. They always hit a roadblock in their schedule halfway through the season, but they are always off to a good start, and I feel like that's a team that's missing pieces going forward, or not like going forward, but like it's clear that they are missing key pieces that prevent them from going forward. They currently have 6 commits. They are 5th in the SEC in the 2027 class. 18th overall, though. That's pretty good. 6 commits. Let's take a look at what they have. They got a 4-star tight end from St. Charles and Jack Brown. Luau Aleu, probably butchered that name there. He's an offensive tackle from Cincinnati. Lee Summit, Missouri athlete Chris Harris Jr. is a 3-star. Braylon Warren from Omaha, Nebraska, shout out to Nate, is a 3-star quarterback. So they're going a couple different places here. They even got some guys from Illinois, East St. Louis and Freeburg, Illinois. They got Jabari Lofton, a safety, and a punter, and Dane Olmstead from Freeburg. Not to be confused with Leonard Skinner's Freebird, one of the best songs out there, by the way. But Missouri, I think, could be an interesting team to watch this recruiting cycle. Watch them going forward as we get to December later in the year and stuff. I think, what's so cool is I feel like we should get rid of the second signing period. I'll say that. And I think we should just keep it in December. I think having it during the football season, right before we kick off bowl season, but after the conference title games and stuff. Some people might say, well, that screws with it. I think it's great because imagine this. Think about a team like Missouri. Think about Eli Drinkwitz. You could even look over at Kirby Smart in Georgia or Texas A&M or uh, I say Georgia. I know they're already at the top of the SEC, but think about these middle of the road teams like the occasional South Carolina, Missouri, Auburn, LSU type. I mean, LSU's got Lane Kiffin now, right? Ole Miss, Pete Golding at head coach. We still got to see it. So, but anyway, um, so Missouri's got 6 commitments, but it's really great to see this for them. I like Eli Drinkwitz. I think he's doing great. I still got to see them be more consistent. Schedule wise, I haven't looked at their schedule. I haven't really done a preview on them this offseason, but to get a quarterback, to get a safety, and to build I mean, look, you only got 6 players. You got to step your game up, but I think it's a good start for the time being for Missouri for this next class. But if you think about a team like Missouri going into 2026 as the season kicks off, if their record's good, there's going to be some commitments that they might be able to pick up or flip throughout the season going into the signing period later in December. So, and again, I haven't looked at the schedule. I'm actually fixing to pull it up. But like they play at Kansas. Big border showdown, right? But they play Troy, they go to Mississippi State. What if they beat Florida at home? What if they beat Texas A&M in an upset? That's a home game on October 10th. At Ole Miss, at Arkansas, Texas at home, at Georgia. Doubt it. This schedule's so easy for them. I'm not trying to rip on it. I'm just saying at the same time, for Missouri, if recruits look at how you perform and if you're a competitive team and that's why they want to go play for you, Missouri has an opportunity this season in 2026 to boost their recruiting game. Eli Drakewitz is a hell of a coach. He's got good talent too. And the schedule seems to set up pretty fair. You run the table a little bit this year, get 9 or 10 wins. Maybe you miss the playoffs. Maybe you don't. Maybe you only get 8 wins. But still, if you get less than 8 wins, there's an issue. For Missouri, though, this should boost your recruiting game. I would think so. Clint Robert, how you doing, man? Good to see you. Let's see, who else? Oh, what about Alex Golesh and Auburn? I actually don't know how they're doing. Let me see something here. Go to the SEC. They are 14th out of 16th. Only 2 commitments for Auburn? Really? What's Golesh been up to, man? Hey, he's using the portal. I'm not gonna rip on him too much. 45 overall. Defensive lineman Donovan Moore and Trey Proctor is from Plantation, Florida, as a tight end. Donovan Moore from Bessemer, Alabama. So Auburn, they got a lot of work to do. Auburn is that team I think that could make some noise because of the on-field success, but also I feel like they could make some noise even before the season kicks off if they were to flip some guys. I feel like if you set up the right recruiting visits with Golish, um, I feel like Auburn also just because of their history, like they only have like 2 national titles in their history. 1957, at least what they claim, and obviously Cam Newton in 2010. That's it. We downgrade Auburn because we compare them to their in-state bigger brother Alabama, right? But in reality, Auburn is a historically pretty good program. Not the best, probably not better than Georgia, probably not better than a couple different SEC teams. They're damn sure not a blue blood. But man, I mean, this is still a program that needs to be recognized in college football, I think. So, I mean, Alex Golish, again, you look at their schedule, how it sets up, who you got to play. If you win enough games at Auburn this year, you're thinking, do you flip some guys going into December and boost your chances? We'll see. Auburn's an interesting team too. But again, if you're watching this back, thank you. If you're watching this live with us, always appreciate that too. We won't be on too long unless we get callers, but I know it only says we have a couple viewers, but I love and appreciate you anyway. I'm not too worried about how many people are watching live, but definitely watch it back, leave a thumbs up and everything. Who else can we look at? How is Lane Kiffin doing? I'm not even trying to troll here. Like I seriously, I don't know. He is 12th for 2027. Jaden Bryant from Columbia, South Carolina, and then Peyton Houston from Shreveport, Louisiana, a quarterback. So he's got a quarterback and he's got an edge. Again, this is LSU we're talking about. Historically good program. Nick Saban, Les Miles, Ed Ogeron. Not so much Brian Kelly. We'll see about Lane Kiffin. But even for Lane Kiffin, I just feel like it goes together. You don't need a Cajun guy to coach there. I mean, I hope he doesn't go around faking a Cajun accent like Brian Kelly did. But on the real side of things, Lane Kiffin's a hell of a coach, and LSU historically is one hell of a program. You put the two together, aren't they almost unstoppable here? I mean, am I crazy? I'm not saying they're going to win every game or win a bunch of championships, but I mean, come on, dude. They get a lot of good portal guys, they get a lot of good recruits. You add Lane Kiffin into that, he's going to be dangerous. And at some point, it would not shock me. I'm not going to guarantee it because you never know. At this point, there's no guarantees in football anymore. Of course, because of the NIL, the portal, all that stuff. But can we all agree it would not shock anybody to see Lane Kiffin on top of college football if he works at it? And I think he can. I really do. Where did he finish with 2026 overall rank? Number 1, is that right? Did LSU did not have the number 1 class, did they? Is that true? Team rankings. 2027, no. 2026. Probably in the SEC. Well, no, because Alabama's up here. They still did pretty good, though, at 13. 2 5-stars, 9 4-stars. That ain't bad. That ain't bad for Lane Kiffin. I think he's doing great. I really do. I credit him. I think he's going to have a lot of great success going forward in the future. Oh yeah. What else? South Carolina? What's South Carolina doing? They got 3 commits for 2027. Got a wide receiver, a safety, and a corner. Um, Tennessee? Do I even want to click on that? They're 22nd. That's not bad. Princeton Uwafo is an offensive tackle, 4-star. Caden Fife from Somerville, Georgia, defensive lineman. JP Peace from Maryville, Tennessee, and Derek Baker is a quarterback from Alpharetta, Georgia, and Milton High School. Okay. 2 players from Tennessee, 2 from Georgia, 1 at each of the positions of quarterback, offensive line, D line, and linebacker. So Tennessee's got to step their game up a little bit too. A lot of teams got to step their game up for 2027. A lot of good commits for these schools for 2026 though. Where did Tennessee finish this year? They finished 9th overall. That's pretty damn good. Faison Brandon is a quarterback, 5-star. They had 3 5-stars, according to 247. Faison Brandon, the quarterback. We'll see if they can hold on to him, unlike Nico. Although I will say it's not Tennessee's fault. Nico's just greedy and wants a bunch of money. TK Keys from Hattiesburg, Mississippi, home of Southern Miss, by the way. Shout out to Mississippi Sports Show if you're watching. Wide receiver TK Keys. He is the number 1 overall wide receiver, number 1 player in the state of Mississippi, 12th overall player, 5-star wide receiver. And then another 5-star. 3 5-stars I mentioned. The third is Gabriel Osenda from Chattanooga in the state of Tennessee. 5th at his position, offensive tackle. 2nd in the state of Tennessee. And overall, he's nationally ranked number 28. That's pretty good. Ain't bad at all. So, Then they hit a bunch of transfers too. Jadis Richard from Miami, Drake Martinez, tight end from UT Martin. Two guys from Colorado, Ryan Staub, the quarterback, and Isaiah Harge, the corner. DJ Burks from App State. Tevis Metcalf, corner from Michigan. Donovan Haslam is a lineman from West Virginia, offensive lineman. TJ Metcalf. Oh, these are DK Metcalf's siblings, by the way, I think. Tevis Metcalf is a corner from Michigan. TJ Metcalf also going to Tennessee as a safety. So, credit to Tennessee. I don't say that much. Rest in peace, BVD. I miss him for sure. So, for his sake, I like Tennessee, but at the same time, when they do fail, it's funny. They're not failing right now. They're doing okay. Doing okay. Anyway, so that's that. I didn't want to go through all the teams tonight. Didn't want to be on too long. It is 9 o'clock now. Got to get up for work again tomorrow. I work 9 to 4. Anyway, but I love you guys. We're gonna try to be on here more often if we can. Hopefully, we have more of these shows and talk more college football around the corner and get you guys on. Um, just talk up some football, man. We're a few months away, but we got a little bit. We'll make the off season go by quickly, though. You know we always do. So, but thank you to the chat, Eddie Blackburn, Traveling Fools, and Robert Sharpton. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Love you guys. Appreciate you. Jesus loves you. Keep your head up. God bless. Roll Tide, and we'll see you next time here at BSM.